no matter which team you're playing against, it's going to be a hard game.
What about the referee? Did you see that as being a potential danger to players like yourself who like to get tucked in a bit?
Well, we've all been warned that referees are going to clamp down, and that's exactly what the referee did do in that game. I thought the first sending off was very harsh. The second one, I think he was probably justified in sending the lad off.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Now, you could actually, depending on where you qualify, meet Cameroons now, couldn't you? Because the Argies could go out. Do you fancy that?
No, I don't fancy playing against Cameroon after what I saw last night. But, no, I mean, at this stage, the main thing is for us to qualify. And we know we've got 3 tough games coming up against the Republic, Holland and Egypt. And we've got to concentrate on them. And at the end of the day, you can't plan on who you're going to play against or anything like that. You've just got to make sure you qualify and you take whoever comes.
Now, your own fitness, Brian, you must be delighted that you're going into this World Cup, not the way you went into the Mexico one, really fit. You've had a good rest throughout the season.
Yeah, a lot of people have said to me that when I had the hernia operation, it gave me a good rest in the season. And now I'm feeling fine, I'm feeling 100%. My fitness feels good. I'm just looking forward to the game starting.
Do you know the team? Has the manager told you the team yet?
No, the boss hasn't told us the team yet, Ian. He said he's not going to name the side. And well, we'll probably hear it tomorrow, but he's not going to name it until about an hour before the kick-off. Doesn't want to give Jack Charlton any favours.
Yeah. We assume you'll be in it, obviously.
I certainly hope so, Jim.
Yeah. Have you had any contact with England supporters while you've been out there, Brian?
No, we just heard that last night, the first time there was a bit of trouble, 14 people were arrested for a bit of fracas outside of a bar. We heard that some Swedish journalists had set the supporters up by buying them drinks, and there was cameramen there to get it. But I don't think the police have charged anybody with anything serious. But that's the only bit of trouble I've heard of so far. Oh, hopefully it'll stay at that now.
Yeah, sure.
So you're down to the stadium today?
Yes, all the players have got to go down to get accreditations to allow us to get into the ground to play the match. And then we're going on then to the pitch to train tonight.
Okay. Oh, cheers.
Good luck, Brian.
Good luck, Brian. Thanks for talking to us, mate.
Thanks very much, both.
Cheers, pal.
So, now what about England's first opponents, the Republic of Ireland? Well, Tony Francis is our man following Jack Charlton's men around, and here's his up-to-date report.
No fanfare, no fuss, just a stroll up the lane for the Irish lads who'll be trying to unwind between now and Monday night. They haven't been used to this sort of attention in Malta, which is precisely why Jack Charlton kept his squad there until the last moment. Now he's in Italy, he loves it.
Lovely here, isn't it? Smashing. I like places by the sea. You sit and look at the sea all day. That's very nice here.
The players were on the beach in no time. In fact, it was like home from home for Arsenal's David O'Leary.
Well, I've holidayed here for the last 4 years, coming back in July for another few weeks. Hopefully it's had happy times here, and hopefully it'll continue to, starting from Monday onwards.
The Irish hotel is only 3 miles down the beach from England's headquarters, a prospect which didn't exactly delight the Sardinian police.
I don't know why. I mean, it's pretty secure. There's only one road in and one road out. And it's, you can't get in either beach, apparently. The England are about 5 miles down the road. I think it was just that they got in first, England, when they had the advantage of knowing that they were going to be here, and got everything sorted out, and then we had to take second bits, which we're not really keen on. And then when we get told we can't even have the second bits, we dig our heels in a little bit.
While English fans were reported to be running amok 30 miles away in Cagliari, Jack was in his element, quietly plotting England's downfall and hoping for his own netfall.
Well, I think that Big Jack's probably just worried about how many he would have caught if it had been out there. I don't think he'd be worried about the World Cup at all. And Robson is resigned to winning the World Cup.
Well, very smart.
Did you get that one?
Yeah, very smart.
Did you get it?
Yes. Right. But Big Jack has taken his team to Italy late. Now, I think that's not a bad idea.
Oh, good idea, Ian. Good idea. I think you can go to all these venues too early. I think Jack's play. They talk about Jack. Jack's a true pro. You know that.
Yes.
He's done everything right.
He's a shrewdy, an old
Absolutely.
shrewdy. Right, well, now to Scotland and their opening game against Costa Rica. Well, it's also live on ITV. That kicks off on Monday at 4 o'clock. Here's 11 is with the Scottish squad in their camp near Genoa, and I gather, Greavsie, that we're about to get a bit of stick in a report.
Not us.
In the heart of the Scottish camp, you'll find an Englishman, Yorkshire-born Alan Hodgkinson. The former Sheffield United and England goalkeeper puts his Scottish counterparts through their specialised paces, all the while determined to dispel the myth of the inept Scottish goalie.
The Scottish goalkeeper has been pilloried right from the Frank Affey days, right through to Alan Rough. There was nobody got more criticism than Alan Rough. And there's a boy, a chap there, who had a wonderful Scotland career of 50-odd caps. And now Jim Leighton, 50-odd caps as well, has beat that record. Now, goalkeepers are not that bad if they play for the country 50-odd times. I mean, there's quite a few England goalkeepers who've never had a cap, who would give the right arm to achieve that landmark.
Rivalry for the #1 Scottish spot has been intensified in recent weeks. Hibernian's Andy Gorham is pushing his great friend Jim Leighton hard. Leighton, now with 55 caps, has been through a harrowing time since being dropped by Manchester United from the FA Cup final replay.
Jim Leighton is a super guy, a super worker, and I'm sure that people like Neville Southall, like Peter Shilton, they all make mistakes, but we're looking for a little bit of fairness all round. Let's have a little bit of fairness all round.
Hodgkinson, though, has so much confidence in his squad that he has a suggestion for our own Mr. Greaves, who, as we all know, is never one to mince his words as far as Scottish goalkeepers are concerned.
Make no mistake, all three goalkeepers are battling for the place against Costa Rica. And if I could send a message to my friend Mr. Jimmy Greaves, why doesn't he come up here and meet the Scottish goalkeepers face to face and just tell him from me? That will be very gentle with him. And probably we'll throw him in the sea, but we'll be very, very gentle. And I think it's about time he came up and see. I'll pay his fare, tell him. But that's only a joke. He's got more money than me.
God, dear. Odgie. Now, I was with Odgie in '62 World Cup in Chile. We're big buddies. And him talking about paying my fare. He's a Yorkshireman, no chance, is it? He's paying my fare. And I'll tell you what, you weren't too impressed with Frank Affey, was you, when we beat you 9-3 at Wembley? But still, we didn't have a go, actually. We didn't. It wasn't us that had a go at Scottish goalkeepers the other night. It was that Emlyn Hughes. Now, it was Emlyn Hughes that had a go.
It was. I mean, I defend him. In fact, you said that Jim Leighton had killed for all time the Scottish jokes.
I did indeed, and actually nobody felt more sorry for Jim Leighton in the cup final than me. I thought it was a disgrace what happened to him. But ending on Odge's note about that any goalkeeper would give his right arm to play for Scotland. Odgie, I think that's got to go in the old Coleman balls, isn't it?
That will get a mention for all time.
That's a cracker. Well done, Alan Hodgkinson. Keep the lads at it, pal.
All I would say is I think some of our goalkeepers did give the right arm. OK, now it's competition time, and before we set this week's poser, we'll reveal the answer to last week's quiz. The top prize was a full set of the 23 official Football League videos, one for each First Division club, plus 3 specials, and 10 runners-up prizes of the video of your choice. Right, first, the answers. 3 youngsters scoring in an England-Scotland schoolboy international 10 years ago. And we ask you to identify the 3 goal scorers. And this is goal number 1, and none other than Paul McStay. Let's hope that Paul gets one like that come Monday, Jim.
Be happy with that, wouldn't he?
Yes.
Not one in like that.
Now, this goal I thought might be a little bit of a tester. This was Ali Dick, who played on the left wing for Scotland.
Right. Ali, who went to Tottenham.
Yes.
And I don't know what's happened to Ali now. None of us seem to know.
Now, this was a beauty.
This was a great goal. A goal to remember by a player whose name I forget at the moment. No, it's Paul Rideout. Yeah. There you are, Paul Rideout scoring there.
Well, our top prize winner is Andrew Lawrence of Brookfield Road, Edmonton, North London. And the 10 runners-up are as follows. Mr. C. Smith and Battersea, there you go, Gary Farmer. And funny enough, Jim, we had a lot of Scots who wrote in.
Well, you had two Scotsmen scoring goals, say, didn't
Yes.
you?
Well,
So, I mean,
yeah.
you know, they recognise them, obviously.
Okay,
But congratulations to them. Videos are on the way, chaps.
Right. Now for the first of our series of World Cup competition. And this week we want you to select the top 3 goals from the 1986 Mexico World Cup. The prize on offer is £2,000 in cash. So pay attention closely as we give you 6 goals to choose from. Goal A, Diego Maradona's legal effort against England in the quarter-final.
And he's hurting England again here. It's a brilliant run. It's one of the World Cup great goals.
Goal B is by Manuel Negrete for Mexico against Bulgaria.
Still Mexico with Negrete. And Negrete again. Magnificent goal.
Goal C, England's own Gary Lineker, his first goal against Poland.
The third player involved is Trevor Steven, and it's Gary Stevens. Lineker!
Goal D, the wizardry of Michael Laudrup against Uruguay.
Laudrup seems to ghost past defenders as though they don't exist. This is going to be one of the goals of the tournament. Magnificent. The boy's a genius.
Goal E, Igor Belanov for the Soviet Union against Belgium.
Zavarov, Belanov going forward. This is Belanov. Might open up here for him.
And finally, goal F, it's Diego Maradona again for Argentina against Belgium.
Get it, the defender measured their chances in this one against Maradona as 1 in 10. Here's Maradona now. Is this number 2? Oh, brilliant.
So let's recap. Goal A, Diego Maradona against England. Goal B, Negrete. Goal C, Gary Lineker. Goal D, Laudrup. Goal E, Belanov. Goal F, Diego Maradona again against Belgium. So if you fancy a crack at the £2,000 prize, here's how to enter. Select your top 3 in order and then ring this number, 0898 9000 90. Leave the letters of the top 3 goals in order together with your name and your telephone number. The call will cost you 25p per minute, cheap rate, or 38p per minute at other times. The number again, 0898 9000 90. Alternatively, if you want to enter by post, you can do so by putting your selection on a postcard and sending it to ITV World Cup Mexico Goals Competition, London Weekend Television, London, SE 996YW. So good luck. The result and another competition will be on next Saturday's show.
Are we picking that?
Eh?
Are we picking the winners?
We are picking the winners.
Oh, in
yeah.
that case, we'll split the difference and get
Split
a grand apiece. Yeah.
There's just one story, Jim, that's in the headlines, the Swindon Town fiasco, where they've been put from the First Division now back into the Third Division.
That's right.
Now, I mean, they had this wonderful day out at Wembley when they won, rightly so, to get a place in the First Division. And because of illegal payments by the club to the players, they've been relegated to the Third.
It is my humble opinion, Ian, that this is the most disgraceful decision ever in the history of our domestic game. Because what has been levied at Swindon Town, I am pretty certain, could be levied at 3/4 of the Football League clubs. And therefore you would have a third division of about 70 clubs and none in the first and the second. I think it was obviously a revenue affair, illegal payments. I mean, it's got nothing to do with the breaking of rules as I see it, as they've not done anything wrong.
That's right. So, I mean, really, had the Inland Revenue done their bit and that had nothing to do with the football, they'd still be in the First Division.
Well, that's how I see it, and I don't see how the league can get involved in this. And the decision they've made is totally disgraceful. That's it.
OK, well, that's it for now. Before we go, let me just recap the World Cup coverage coming your way on ITV in the next few days. Tonight at 7:35, there's a host Italy against Austria live from a frenzied Olympic Stadium in Rome. Tomorrow, 3:30, there's a USA against Czechoslovakia, that one in Florence. And then on Monday afternoon, Scotland's opening game against Costa Rica. We're on the air at 3:25. And then England against the Republic of Ireland at Monday evening at 7:35. All those games live on ITV. OK, Jim and I will be together again the same time next Saturday. I hope you'll be able to join us then. Enjoy the football. See you next week. Bye-bye for now.